Hi, thank you for joining me today. This is going to be a very brief tutorial discussing a few math activities that you are encouraged to have your child do during their asynchronous time. Even beyond that, it's actually just kind of a fun way to practice math facts, in this case basic addition, using simple resources. In the example I'm going to give, it's going to involve their work journal, a set of dice if you have them, or virtual dice, which I will link to in the description of this video below, or playing cards, either one. The idea is your child will roll 2 dice if they have them, or die, excuse me, or pull 2 playing cards if they have them, and they're going to write in their notebook both numbers in an equation or an operation. They're going to write the number sentence. Because we're focused on addition, they would, for example, if I were to roll a dice and I rolled a 3 and a 6, I would very quickly write 3 plus 6, and I would add them as best I can on that line. So I would write 9, right, in that example. And again, they could do the same thing with playing cards. They just pull 2 cards, write the equation, add them together, and so on and so forth. The only thing that I ask is that their journals, when participating in this activity, are set up in a very specific way. It not only helps to keep them more organized, but it helps to extend the life of our resources. What I'm finding is with second grade in particular, some of our handwriting can move far beyond the lines which are embedded in the notebook pages. And so what I'd like to do is just show students, and again, caretakers and parents, how they're expected to use those notebooks and write in them, whether it's journal writing or general writing, or in this case, this math activity. So in a moment, I'm going to go ahead and put on display just a very quick setup for how your child will title their page, and also how they will write out their problems. Okay, so taking a look at the screen, you'll notice that we have a blank page similar to their notebook paper. All right, now at the top, I really encourage students to get accustomed to titling it by subject. We're going to go ahead and title it as math. I'm sure their handwriting will be much neater than mine. And we're also going to title it with today's date. In this case, I'm just going to stick with August. And then you would input the date, separate that day with the year. And I know it does seem redundant to have your child constantly date the page and write the subject, but it is a good habit to form. And it also does help with their penmanship and spelling, you'd be surprised. All right, so going back to my example where I've got my dice or I've got my playing cards, and I roll the dice or I pull the playing cards, I'm going to go ahead and number each problem. So the first problem is number 1, and I want to make sure to write that to the left of my margin. And as a reminder, the margin is that thin red line which runs to the far left of my page. All right, now that I've numbered it 1, I'm going to go ahead and write my problem. Let's say I got a 6 and a 3. I'm going to add 6 plus 3, and then in my equation, there we go. And then I do it a second time. Except this time I get a 4 and a 2. All right, so you get the idea. So again, what you're seeing in front of you is an example of how I would like their page to be set up. Once complete, let's say about 2 to 3 minutes of practice, I'd like you to take this page, and beneath that I'm going to include a reminder that I would like for you to upload it to their Google Classroom using the upload doc attached to that day of the week. All right. Hopefully this was helpful. This is a really fun activity that you can encourage your child to participate every afternoon or every evening or every morning, depending on your routine, to practice their math facts and to hopefully gain some automaticity so that when they're confronted with these single-digit numbers and they're asked to add them, eventually it becomes automatic, as I said. So they'll know it right away without having to process. Although there is still general processing, but the idea is to make it a faster process. All right, thank you again. There will be additional videos with some additional math activities moving forward. Please be sure to bookmark this or reference it as you'd like. Again, I'm going to go ahead and include a link to a virtual set of dice you can use, assuming you may not have dice at home or you may not have playing cards. All right, have a great day.